You know, on these January mornings, what I like to do is grab a cup of coffee and head out to the West 40 square feet, that is, and check on our winter tabletop gardening. So what we have going right here are our pea shoots. These are 10 days old. Our sunflower shoots, also 10 days old. We're going to harvest a little bit of each of these this morning. We're going to make our smoothie for breakfast. But while I have you here, let's come on over and take a look at some of the other crops. Here's our crop of cilantro. Now, we've been harvesting and eating cilantro for a month now, and it just keeps coming back. This is a slow bolt cilantro, and it is so good. To pick these and have them on a meal in the evening, using the same planters that we use for growing our microgreens. The only difference being we want to reduce the amount of water, so we want to make sure we're not overwatering these. Just last week I planted a lettuce mix. These are only a week old or less, and they're coming up really well. I'm curious to see what kind of a lettuce crop we're going to get, kind of a cut and come again lettuce. Our basil, we just keep snipping off the crowns, these top parts, you know, that look like they're about ready to bud out. So we snip those off and they branch, and we will have a continuous harvest of basil throughout the winter. Here I planted another crop of cilantro, and these haven't come up yet, but that's only been a few days. So what we're going to do is wander over here and make us a smoothie. Okay, before we make our smoothie, we're going to have to harvest some of our crop. So we're going to just take some of these sunflower shoots, and using a serrated bread knife, we're just going to kind of mow down a bit. We probably just need a good handful for today. We generally wait a few more days before we harvest that. You can see they still have their hulls clasping their seed leaves. And if we give them a couple more days, they'll throw most of those off by themselves. So we have some hulls to pick off, but we'll do that. Now we're also going to harvest some of our green pea shoots. Throw that in the smoothie. Now we're going to not harvest those right down to the top of the planter, because we'll get 2 harvests out of these peas. There are nodes further down. We're going to get a second leaf set. So we'll be harvesting more of those. So we're going to take these over and add this to our smoothie. Okay, while we're waiting for the hand model to show up here, I just wanted to point out that Peg and I yesterday had a wonderful day. We were down at the Sprout Grower and Makers Marketplace down in Little Falls, Minnesota. What a cool venue. There were all kinds of vendors there showing all their wares, and we had a delightful time talking to people for 5 hours about our Garden Stream microgreens growing kits. And one of the questions that kept coming up over and over was, how do we use our microgreens? What do we use them for? Well, there are many uses: salads, wraps, and scrambled eggs, on egg salad, all kinds of things. But one of the things that we do most mornings when we have them is to start the day with a smoothie. So we have harvested our greens. We have an organic apple cut up. We have organic bananas. Peg gets them at our local co-op, and she buys them, the ones that are, you know, on their way out, a little overripe for most folks to eat fresh. They're perfect for smoothies. Some of our honeyberries came right off our bushes. They are wonderful. She just throws them right in frozen. So let's make a smoothie. Oh, yep, a hand model's just coming in, so let's go ahead and make this smoothie. Okay, first thing we're going to add about, what is that, about a pint of water. In go the honeyberries, frozen. Then we're going to whip that up. Okay, the apples are pureed, and now we're going to add some of our shoots, our sunflower and green pea shoots. Whip those up. Okay, now our fairly traded organic bananas go in for our final mix. You know, these smoothies, they're a little different every time. We don't have a rigid recipe. We pretty much use whatever we have on hand. Well, not whatever, but whatever's reasonable to put into a smoothie that we have on hand. But just imagine what's in here. The vitamins, the fiber, the nutrients that are in those pea and sunflower shoots, the antioxidants in the honeyberries, the fiber and vitamins and minerals that are in the fruit that went in there, and knowing that everything that went in here we either grew ourselves or we purchased from conscientious growers earning a living wage growing their products. I can't think of a better way to start the day. So those of you who grow shoots, I'd like to hear from you. You know, what are you doing? How are you using your microgreens? And what are you having for breakfast?